Ever look at someone who just crushes their goals day in and day out and wonder, how do they do it? It's usually not about talent or some secret formula. It's about discipline. And today, we're going to break down a really powerful way to build that self-discipline you need to get things done. It all starts with one kind of counterintuitive idea. Right here, this is the whole foundation. See, building discipline isn't about waiting until you feel motivated. It's the total opposite. It's about actively choosing the hard path. It's about training your brain to not just put up with difficult tasks, but to actually go looking for them. And believe it or not, kind of start to enjoy them. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to get into the why, the whole discomfort mindset. Then we'll cover the how, a super practical way to take action. We'll clear up the difference between focus and discipline, talk about why the struggle is worth it, reframe how you think about failure, and then wrap it all up with the ultimate reward. So here's the deal. You get so much more out of a struggle you choose to take on compared to one that life just throws at you. See, when you willingly step into a challenge, you're the one in the driver's seat. You're building that mental toughness on your own terms, and that is an incredibly powerful place to be. Now look, if hearing "go seek discomfort" makes you feel, a little weird, that's totally normal. For almost all of us, this is not something you're just born with. Think of it like a muscle, a mental muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it's going to get. The real key is just seeing it as a skill you're building, one step at a time. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we put this whole mindset into practice? Well, a lot of people hire trainers, right? Because they give you structure, they tell you what to do. But here's the thing, you don't have to spend a dime to get that structure. You can be your own trainer. You just have to tell yourself what to do. And the method is so simple. It's just 3 steps. First, write down a specific, measurable goal. Don't just say work out more. Say do 100 push-ups. Second, schedule it. Put it in your calendar. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's happening. And third, and this is the most important part, you have to force yourself. Stick to that plan, especially on the days you really don't feel like it. And this is what that looks like in the real world. Let's stick with that 100 push-ups goal. It doesn't matter if you have to do 10, take a break, do another 10, and just keep chipping away at it all day long. The point isn't about being fast or perfect. The point is simply doing what you said you were gonna do. The win is in finishing it, period. All right, now we need to talk about something people get mixed up all the time. We often see someone with intense focus and call it discipline, but they are not the same thing. And knowing the difference is, well, it's everything when it comes to knowing when you need to really dig deep. Think about it like this. Focus is what you have when you're just obsessed with something you love. Imagine a golfer who practices all day just because they love it. To them, it feels easy, it's natural. Discipline, that's what you need when the passion is gone. It's forcing yourself to study for that engineering degree you're not excited about. That's when you have to manufacture the drive from scratch. So why on earth would you go through all this trouble? Because the payoff is huge. Seriously, when you choose the hard path and you actually see it through, you get these rewards that you just can't find any other way. These are the kinds of things that literally change how you see yourself. When you actually finish that hard thing you set for yourself, you get this deep, real sense of satisfaction that nothing else can give you. And that builds true, lasting confidence. You get that little dopamine hit from succeeding, which makes you want to do it again. But maybe the most important thing is you gain this quiet knowledge that, hey, you can face a challenge and beat it. Okay, let's be real. On this journey, you are going to fail. It's pretty much guaranteed. But how you think about that failure, how you frame it in your head, that is everything. So many of us define ourselves by our mistakes, and that's a trap that just keeps you stuck. This is such a critical mindset shift, so listen close. Your failures are not you. You are the person experiencing the failures. That's it. They're just data. They are a collection of lessons you've learned along the way. Your identity is completely separate from your results. So when you mess up, the process is actually pretty simple. You look at it, you figure out what went wrong so you know what not to do next time, and then you move on. You've learned the lesson. The only real mistake is staying down or repeating it. Otherwise, the failure itself, it's just education. And all of this leads to the ultimate idea that just ties it all together beautifully. It's a concept made famous by former Navy SEAL Jocko Willink. This is the guy who gets up at 4:30 in the morning every single day to work out. And he does it because of this one powerful philosophy. So how in the world does discipline equal freedom? Well, it's freedom from fear. It's freedom from self-doubt.
When you consistently prove to yourself day after day that you will do the hard thing, that you'll show up even when it's uncomfortable, you just stop being scared of challenges. You know you can perform because you do it all the time.
And that's really the final equation. The structure, the rules, the limitations you put on yourself through discipline, that's what ultimately sets you free. Free from your own weaknesses, free from your own excuses, and free from your own hesitation.
So, after all this, the only thing left to think about is this. Knowing that choosing your struggle is the path to strength, confidence, and real freedom, what difficult thing are you going to choose to do? The power's right there in your hands.